Back with part 2 of Racing Rant's Randwick preview for Tattersalls Day, and at the top of the show we've had very good inquiry about our latest release. Glenn pled the case on Monday's rant. $22 gets you 2 sets of Sydney Mounting Yard mail each week, plus Melbourne Mounting Yard mail for Saturday, plus 2 sets of sheets from me midweek and Saturday. So it's a gala, $22, and it also entitles you to watch future episodes of the Rant and Racing Rant. So there's 2 membership packages. There's the get every single product plus watch the shows, $22. It's called Racing Rant Gold. It's on, there'll be a link from this video, and it's also on the front of the site. And the other membership is a silver membership, which is $5 a week, entitles you to watch 3 shows a week, and God, we'll be pumping them out.
Pumping them out. There's more, you know, we've got more shows maybe in the pipeline as well.
That's right. So there's potential for a Melbourne show during the carnival. Gord's keen to tackle the form for the spring carnival.
Well, because all us Sydney people do sort of like, we like our Sydney horses going down to Melbourne. It's been a fill up for what, good 10 years now, hasn't it? So why not let's do something about it and help the guys out there as well. So.
And there'll also be a special birthday edition of the Rant for Gordo, not this coming Monday, but the Monday after.
Yes.
Yes. He's got the infamous birthday, September 11.
A cupcake and a candle? Or?
Oh, of course. And Mark will play the guitar and sing happy birthday to me.
Rightio, Furious Stakes. At least they put this race on in the middle of the card. $3.20 Champagne Cuddles, $3.30 Alizé, $3.60 Formality. 13 Whispered Secret, now with Chris Lees, 15 Joyfully Ours, 16 is Siani, which almost looks like Cezanne there, doesn't it, Gord? You know, your horse from last year.
It does, yes.
And $17, I Am Excited. Are you excited?
It's a really juicy race.
Formality will be seeking the lead again. I wonder if Joyfully Ours she showed a bit of toe in her New Zealand races, and she's now trained by Gay.
Yeah, I think it'll lead, yeah.
So you got Joyfully Ours leading and Formality sitting outside?
Yep.
It's a different scenario for Formality. Does that, well, firstly, Roy, how did you see the race a fortnight ago?
Well, it was a bit
before the race.
Well, before the race, I like Alizé, but it turned into a bit of a non-event. The race didn't very slowly run.
Yeah, Formality took the lead.
Yeah.
Glenn sat outside and just sat off Formality there.
I think the important one is Champagne Cuddles, because I don't like it when a horse loses it.
Lost its compass, you could argue that it pulled out wide and was like there was 4 horses and in fact the tailenders were breaking the wind. You know, I know it was a tailwind, but the wind was sort of slipping around those, and she was out there like on her own, like
getting the full gust up her bum.
Yeah, but I mean, she just looked uncomfortable, right? But I mean, I'm just saying that's a potential reason. But other than that, I think you make a fair point.
So what are you saying? Well, of the 3, which are you giving the best run to in that race?
I'd say Champagne Cuddles, but I don't think it's something like. I mean, it should have. It probably should have won if the race was run with a bit more genuine tempo, but I don't think it would have won by a big margin.
Right, yeah. Okay.
But there's an argument that she was the best prepared for the race in some senses.
Well,
you know that she was like she had a glowing Mounting Yard report.
Okay.
Like Glenn was all over her, and I think that was backed up by our other Mounting Yard experts.
Yep.
I'd have to say it was the best run in the race, and if you watch the last couple of 100 metres, it was hitting the line better than the other 2.
Yep. And
it was behind him in a slowly run race, so you have to say it was probably the best run in the race. But I don't think this is a great betting race because, well, the form isn't chaotic enough. They're all coming out of the same race, so it's too easy for the bookies to price it.
And although that's your opinion, there's a question mark with that opinion, isn't it?
Well, it's very, like, I mean, you know, what price should it be? It's $3.10. It's favourite over the other 2. Maybe it should be $2.80, but it's not a great betting race.
Well, what about the idea that Alizé is now 3rd up in this race and goes Schofield to Bowman?
Yeah.
And she started, what did she start? 250.
Yep.
Against the other 2 the other day. Doesn't she start favourite? Clear favourite?
Could well do. Market loves Bowman, there's no doubt about that.
Well, Gord, you're an Alizé man. Where are you standing on the horse tomorrow?
I think it wins. That the fact that it loomed like it was just going to go past formality and didn't is just a little bit scary. But from what I hear, still had dramatic improvement from that run, and to me is the most impressive type in the race. I think they've taken a little bit of a softly approach with this horse because it is a bit of a pest. I think now that it's got the couple of runs under its belt, it'll be primed. Look, I don't know. I'm sort of half confused.
You're rabbiting on now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, look, I think it's the best horse in the race. I'm definitely going to be backing it. Yeah, is there question marks? Yeah, there's question marks. I'm not a big fan of OSL in that kind of situation, the way that race was run. But I'm not a fan about the fact that it looked like it had the inside covered massively and it kicked again. So
Yeah, but the inside is a proper horse, so I mean, it's just, you know, I don't think it's ever a black mark if you sit outside a proper horse and it somehow what expression did Glenn use the other day about pulling the trigger first or something? I don't know. Anyway, formality had something up her sleeve and she used it. So, Roy, you're saying that...
I'm just leaning to Champagne Cuddles, but it's not much of a betting race. The one horse that I will be having a bet on is Joyfully Ours. New Zealand form's good. Melody Bell came here to the Brisbane Carnival and did good things.
Yes, she did.
So there's nothing wrong with that form. And I didn't mind the two trials. I thought the first trial was good. I'm not quite sure what sort of distance range the horse is looking for. It could be looking for a bit longer than this, but I mean, it's first up, it's going to lead, it's gay. The trials were all right. I think it's worth a dot.
I just noticed that trial there. That's another one that'll be winning today at Wyong. Piracy in the last race.
Gordon is affection for the blue colours.
Well, that's not. I'm the one that's actually not as enthusiastic as others. We've talked about this, but I keep on finding them. So
yeah, jury's still out with me as to what effect James Cummings is having on these horses. It could be a long-term project. It could be that his perceived impact is overrated.
Yes,
at this stage.
I think it is overrated at this stage. But
yeah, I think the thing I'm waiting for is I'd like to see the blue colours in grand finals, in Group 1s and stuff. That's probably the thing that they've sort of lacked the last couple of years, maybe, like to a certain degree. I mean, they've been okay.
I'm waiting for the blue colours not to do what Alizé did last start.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Gord. Yeah, that's why they have been inclined to be pretty, and you're not really lack the stomach for a real.
If I saw a few of the other horses in the stable showing that fight, I would be even keener to back Alizé tomorrow.
The thing is, I think that the stable isn't capable of that because they're all inbreds. They're all homebreds. It's they're all by Lonhro or Exceed and Excel, and out of all the originally Ingham and now Darley and then Godolphin mares, they're all the same stock. They've all been.
I just think the interesting thing will be, I mean, the Cummings brand is grand finals and Group 1s and setting a horse for a race. So it'll be interesting to see if James can do that with the blue team. Like,
I know that that's like the Hawk style too, isn't it? But I think there's something to be said for just getting your horses running well all the time, and then the Group 1 grand final stuff.
Well, they're supposed to look after themselves, but there's definitely a strong school of thought that clever trainers know how to prepare a horse for a grand final, and they do so. They do so especially, and it's something that has always escaped me because I'm such a bread and butter, do the form on so many meetings. And I'm never quite aware of the fact that those good trainers have specifically targeted those races. Yeah. The Chelmsford, $1.10 Winks. So the market has not been affected by the shenanigans of a fortnight ago. $21 Sense of Occasion, hasn't he become a good horse? 27 Red Excitement. 34 Life Less Ordinary, 41 Antonio Giuseppe and his stablemate Saracen. $51 would be next pick, Harper's Choice. Speed looks to come, Red Excitement looks to take it up. Chicante I had sitting outside, unless Harper's Choice wants to be ridden more aggressively tomorrow, which could be. So steady tempo.
Can they box it in? It's the only thing, isn't it?
Well, he's always look. If there's one rider
Gate 3.
that rides
Inside barrier as well as Bowman.
Bowman, he's just
he's just got so much tactical. She has so much tactical ability. So not only does the jockey, but the horse does as well. I don't think. If you notice, you know, a lot of the time horses when they get boxed in, it's due to the fact that they don't have the talent to get out of the pocket. Well, she obviously does. So look, you know what? I would, after what happened last start and the way she's been going this preparation, it would be an occasion where I would be laying her big time at around the $1.15 mark. But because there's absolutely shit all else in this race, you can't do it. Well,
yeah,
so are you going to lay her on or not?
I'll be having lunch. It's Winks. It's just you don't even do the form of the race, do you?
That's right, and you certainly.
If it gets boxed in, that's the only thing.
Yeah. Okay, that'll do. It's the Chelmsford Stakes ho hum. The Tramway is a cracking affair. $3.80 Ecuador, $4.40 Invincible Gem, $4.80 Happy Clapper, who seems to have returned with a spring in his step. $6.50 Tom Melbourne, $10 Virginian, $14 McCreary, $15 Macintosh. Next best is Group 1 winning Heavens Above, $23. Now Ecuador is marked here as trying to take it up. Invincible Gem has pace at this distance, and Tom Melbourne can go forward from his wider gate, even though he's not going up in distance. Happy Clapper doesn't get too far away. Macintosh could look for a position just off the speed. All right, come on.
All right, go.
Okay, well, I reckon the market will really like Ecuador tomorrow, and I'm not bagging it. I think it's obviously going to have a great chance. I just think that with the Hieronymus on a leader for Gay, I think you know the placing behind Winks, people will be impressed by that. But you got to stick with Invincible Gem here. This horse was only first up the other day. Great win. Don't think that this horse is a backmarker just because he got back the other day. You know,
it'll be on speed here.
Exactly. He could be box seat or 1-8-1 back here, Brown. And I think he's the one to beat from Ecuador and Tom Melbourne.
Keep wondering what was happening there at Canterbury on New Year's Eve for Invincible Gem and Warwick Farm the start before, because all the other starts are amazing. You know, you watch the ascent of this horse, and it's quite astonishing. It was
very good horse.
Yeah, it is a. She's a.
Could have
she's a
knockers
horse on
tomorrow.
the make, isn't she?
Could have knockers tomorrow. People might think he might get back.
I was amazed about the price they opened up. So obviously people are thinking that already.
Yeah,
because how she's not clear favourite, I have no idea.
Well, she should be clear favourite. I'm certainly asserting that she's the clear favourite in this race.
She's not my top pick, but she should be clear favourite.
All right, go, Gord. What are you tipping?
Happy Clapper.
So they've never ever.
It's got an all silent feel about it, doesn't it, Mark? Oh, no.
Well, that's right. Although no, gee, Roy, you've come on here punchy today. I'm not sure if we should be inviting you back.
I'm back.
Yeah, they've never been that serious first up, Gord. What's different about tomorrow?
They were serious first up last start. They just stuffed it up last prep.
It's B Shin. What did he do wrong?
What did he do wrong? Well, necked and just rattled home and should have won easy. Like,
but I mean, that's, you know, like wide draw. Well, he was never going to press on first up from wide draw. Anyway,
I'm
Josh,
assuming, you know, like I heard that they were definitely trying to win in Canberra. I went down there to back the goddamn horse.
Well, the owner's from Canberra. I would have said that was the case as well.
And they're definitely trying in this one too. Yeah, it's not its grand final, but those trials, it's had the 2,000 metre trials now, and they've been as good as it's ever done, or better.
It's amazing for a horse that's getting older.
Get too far back in this slowly run race?
Oh, I could. Yeah. Well, I actually have him holding the box seat here.
Okay. I didn't have that.
Yeah, look, I think he's a horse of great interest here because he is, you know, you go back to the Doncaster and there's him at, I know he had the fast lane, but there he is at $6 and there's Ecuador at 33s and McCreary at 16s or whatever.
But my sort of play in this is I think they've got the market wrong. So it'd be backing Invincible Gem, whatever price is on offer now, And then tomorrow, hoping to get around like the $7 mark about Happy Clapper, and then there'll be my 2 plays in the race. I don't like Tom Melbourne. Yeah, I know it was super unlucky, but you got to get into the habit of not backing really unlucky horses next start. I think,
Golden Switch.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the jockey was an interesting engagement there. Michael
Shinder
Walker.
yeah.
No, I mean I know he
Look,
rode a winner for the stable recently in coming through, but
Yeah, for
unproven in Sydney.
you, that's like.
or things went his way that day too. I mean, Michael Walker in Sydney. Geez, if Glenn was here, he'd have a field day with him, wouldn't he?
But are you actually saying that's a comment from the stable as well?
Probably.
My thing was the one that I was sort of half against was Ecuador. I thought it had favours last start.
Well, he makes his own luck, and
yeah.
you know he's a bit of a beauty. You know he's there for the fight.
Yeah, you're starting to think about pattern now, aren't you? You know, pattern of the day.
Yeah.
We're here now, late in the day, and we know how it's playing. Obviously, if it's another hot leaders track at Ramington, you know, his chances get enhanced.
What do you make of the program for Invincible Gem, that taking the month off and having the trial in between? What's that suggesting to you?
Well, I'm not too worried about it. I just wanted to see it go up in distance. That's all I wanted to see. I mean, it's 100 miles, so I just wanted to see it to go to 14. It's a bit odd. But, I mean, so many of these trainers now, they're using the trial between runs, aren't they? And they're having little freshens up and everything. It's all changed, hasn't it?
It's all changed because I absolutely loved it. You know,
They're all doing it.
There was a bit of money to be made out of it, wasn't there, Mark? Particularly when Cummings was doing it.
Yeah.
And now it seems like it's the go-to.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing. Well, look, I found this a fascinating race. That you've got frontline chances. I think in Happy Clapper, Ecuador, Invincible Gem. I can see merit in Tom Melbourne, and the other two, McIntosh and McCreary, are not out of this race either. I think it's a really good betting race. The second last. When we come to the nightcap, again over 1400, left me cold here. $2 even money, Washington Heights. $7 Rocket Commander. $7 the recently gelded Veladero. $9.50 Dawn Wall, $12 Torgerson. There's a lot of Waller resumers there. $19 Farolitos, and I was asked to make a comment on Farolitos, so I will. Thank you for that viewer that was interested there. Monster spell. Not much tempo here. Rocket Commander I have finding the lead. Luna Rise sits up, and maybe freestanding could resume his on-pace running from a wider gate after sitting off them, obviously, to win. He's our country champion at the moment. Marinostro's had a stable change, gone to Gaynor Williams, and he'll have an exciting time out there, I'm sure. Gordo, you can go first in this.
Not really much to say. I mean, I did mention last race that I don't like backing unlucky horses next start. Well, the two of them, Tom Melbourne and Washington Heights, fit the same bracket. The difference is Tom Melbourne is up against some serious horses and Washington Heights is up against Spastic. So clearly on top.
Big hello to all the owners of those other horses.
Making friends again, are we?
Yeah.
We of course are in the ownership of Herdero. I named the horse, so I should be able to pronounce it. It's Spanish for heir, as in he's going to inherit from his father all his ability. That's Slope de Vega. So Herdero has been named. And
so we didn't get Penjob?
No, we didn't get Penjob.
Oh, I bet you didn't even try.
Yeah, Penjob was.
Let's wait. Penjob's got to be the champion.
Penjob was on the on the short list.
Oh, it was.
It was voted on.
Oh. Are you going on about our horse? Yeah,
no, we're just going on about
two horses
names. Yeah, we've got two horses. We've got a filly out of Lobster. Luke Hilton's training her at Hawkesbury, and the owners have very kindly invited us to be part of that. So she's another one. We're going to be owning strings of horses soon. RacingRant.
Always get the sits on.
Bit of fun, but yeah, Washington Heights. I'm not sure. You guys say it's going to blow. I think so. Yeah. I just can't see where they're going to find. Well, they're going to back to.
Well, I think that they can back the leader, Rocket Commander. I think that they can certainly. Someone can get excited about Dawn Wall, who is a very promising horse. So there's two bits.
Nice trial Veladero.
I'm going to say Team Waller here for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Veladero might be the leader.
Okay.
I know you didn't mention it before, but just the way it trialled, I think they've sort of worked out that this horse gets a bit keen and that you just got to let it stride.
Of course, he led in the Carbine Club, and
yeah, he had a few problems last prep. I'm not sure what the story was. He's a funny horse. He gets a bit keen. I think they'll let it stride and lead. So I'm definitely going to play it. I'm also going to try. He's a little bit despised, but Torgenson's trials were really good. He's low percentage, but look, Bowman inside draw. I don't think he'd be that far away. He looked quite good in the trials.
So what are you saying about the favourite, apart from you think it's poison odds, but what are you actually saying about its chances?
Oh, it's got a good chance in the race. I don't think you can deny that, but things are going to need to go its way, and it's $2.10.
So what price are you backing it at?
Well, I'm going to go against it. I don't think it'd get to a...
No, but imagine if
$3.50
it got $3.
I'd need $3.50 upwards to back it. It's a second last fence here, isn't it? Like, this is a walking race unless something, decides to turn it on. Maybe the bottom one might, freestanding. But I think it's Team Waller here for me. I'm going to back Veladero. I'm going to back Torgenson. And I don't think there's any doubt, moving forward, the best horse in the race is Dawn Wall. Whether or not tomorrow is the day, I'm not so sure.
Well, they love backing the best horse in the race no matter what.
It's going to be probably back and wide and last.
Dawn Wall.
And its trials were a bit quieter than I'd like.
Did beat a horse called Louboutin, didn't it?
It's the best horse in the race, there's no doubt about it, but it is first up and you just wonder if it's going to be there. The market will tell.
So you've mentioned Team Waller. What about the Wild Waller, the Monster Spell, my Nordic hero, who won a string of races in Ireland?
Doesn't look ready on the trial.
Okay. Blinkers on here. I said I'd make mention of Farrellidos, who is a Randwick gem. I know he's resuming off a very long spell, but he does carry B. Abdullah first up, so it's not impossible that he could be close. And yeah, I really got tired of the race after all that.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I probably won't be betting in the race because I think Washington Heights would be the only one I could entertain, and it's not going to get to a price that I want to back it at. Maybe. I am interested in what you said about Veladero. I did like that trial. I like what you mentioned about the fact that it could go forward. That definitely interests me. But how Waller from wide barriers with Glenn Schofield on board doesn't show intent to me.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you were right, I'd be backing it, but I'm not sure about that.
All right, Gordo, so where are we playing on the card tomorrow?
Let's start off in the first and just unload Bo Guest.
And
up and rolling, of course, but that's just
right.
obvious.
So you're walking up to me after the first two races, going,
yeah. Well, you know what I always do. I'll be like, minimum amount I can make today is X, and then at the end of the day, you'll go, how did you go, Gordo? And I say I made X. It always goes pear-shaped for me,
Roy, what would you like to recommend our keen viewers to target tomorrow?
I think Up and Rolling and Spieth, they're the two for me. I know that they're no flash odds, but they look like winners to me.
Okay.
Right. Okay. What does that leave me with? I'm not sure what it does leave me with. I'll suggest that my Tagason in the highway is overlooked, despite coming back in distance. I know you didn't like it, Roy, but that's one of the crumbs that's left me. That's the Racing Rant preview for Randwick. Don't forget to check out our amazing offer, which is actually free at the moment. So it will be $22 from September the 14th. But at the moment, you will get Mounting Yard Mail and my sheets for every Sydney City meeting. And you'll also get Mounting Yard Mail for Melbourne Saturdays. So that will end up being $22. At the moment, it's free.
And by the way, guys out there that, some people don't like to get all the information because they find that they can get paralysis by, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
too much
by
stuff
too much.
coming in. Just pay the $22 and choose the ones you want.
Have a look at it. And we're also offering opt-out on the text messages. So obviously, you may not want to get every single Mounting Yard text all through the week. So there are opt-out options on those as well. So.
Roy, have you paid your $22?
I haven't, no.
He's like,
Anyway, we'll wait and see. Watch this space. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.